I'm with Kai. Kai is paving his own way right now in the art game, the street art game. Just look around for a second. You got Andre 3000, you got Busta Rhymes, and what is going on here? We're at the Getta Gallery. It's 26 oil paintings of rappers, hip-hop stars painted as noblemen and gentry, and this is the man we're talking about, Kai. What's up, man? Thanks for having us out here.
Thank you so much for being here. This is crazy. This is exciting right now.
It's cool, man. It's live TV, and we're getting you some real publicity with this. All right, 50 Cent. You told me this was your first one.
Yeah, he was the first one back in the day. The collection started off when I was doing street art, and I was listening to a lot of hip-hop music.
I'm going to get out of the way so they can shoot it. How about that?
So I was listening to a lot of hip-hop music, and I got really into it. And the more you get into something, the more research you do on it. And I was starting to realize that these hip-hop artists, these artists are today's royalty, are today's noblemen. And just like back in the day, the kings and the queens and the noblemen had the nicest horses and the biggest mansions. They have like the Bentleys and the huge mansions and the huge entourages, and it sort of clicked. And as I did research on the noblemen, I started to realize that it was an all-white club, so I'm adding African-American into that club.
And I know you, over here we got Eminem, Marshall Mathers, and word on the street is his people hit you up about this painting.
Yeah, they saw it out in Texas at South by Southwest when I did a show for Lil Wayne. And ever since then, they've been going back and forth with my guys, and I don't want to sell it yet. We're not ready to sell it. We want to show this whole collection off as a whole to the public before that happens. So until then, I'm sort of saying no.
Well, you've got everybody here. I look around, you've got Drake, you've got The Game, you've got everybody. Over here, we got Tupac is that fair to say as Robin Hood?
No, that's David after he beat Goliath.
Oh, okay, Dave. You know what? Look, my history is way off. Don't judge me. It's cool. But you are very inspired. We were talking a second ago. Hip-hop artists are inspired. What inspires you?
Everything and everything in day-to-day life. The more you get into life, the more you start to realize and start to understand things. But with this collection, it was these people knew what they wanted. They fought hard for it. They're from rags to riches, most of them. And to me, they just fit perfectly in this collection. It just clicked for me, and I went for it.
Well, you got Kanye over here, one of the most popular rappers in the game, as we know. And then over here, let's make our way right here. Check this out. This is awesome. You got Weezy, you got Wayne, and you know what? You had some interaction with Wayne, right?
Yeah, he's the king of hip-hop today, so it was really exciting when he came in on a Friday night to see the full collection, and he was stoked, and he's like, I love this. This is amazing. And he told me to my face, like, this is the beginning to your new life. I hope you enjoy this. So,
what do you think about that? You got Wayne telling you this is the beginning. You better put your seatbelt on. Wild ride, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's an exciting thing to hear from the king of hip-hop today. Like, everybody has a Wayne song or album on their iPod. And it's just like, when he says it, you have nothing to say. I was standing there in front of him, like, speechless. I couldn't even take my hand out to shake his hand. I was like...
I feel like I'd be the same way. I wouldn't worry about it. Speaking of new life, though, man, you are headed shortly, Wednesday to France, to Paris. This guy just got accepted into one of the most hardest programs to get accepted. I can't even say the name of it. What's the name of it again?
It's Les Beaux-Arts.
And tell me about Les Beaux-Arts.
It's one of the oldest art schools in the world. It's very hard to get into. I'm really happy I got into it, and it's just an exciting thing to be accepted into that program. So,
I mean, are you hoping to like master your skill here, refine the craft? Like, what are you looking forward to when you go over there?
Everything. Art starts off in Paris. Everybody knows that the center of art is in Paris. So I'm gonna try and get as much inspiration from the city, from everything around me, from my instructors, and try and hone my skill a little bit better.
And what we're shooting back here right now, the Michael Jackson, MJ, the man, Swiss Beats actually tweeted you about this and gave you some love. And then there's one back here, if we can check this one out. This is Diddy on a horse, and Diddy tweeted this actual picture and said, this is how I'm feeling. What do you think about all this attention, man? Because you're an artist, so...
It's exciting. It's exciting when like the people you portrayed look at it and they say, this is how I feel today. Like they understand the meaning and they understand where it's coming from. And it's just exciting to realize that the hip-hop world and the music world see it as a great piece of work and a great body of work, and they're not just ignoring it.
Well, like I said, you got 26 here. Mm-hmm. You got number 27 on your mind?
Yeah, I have number 27 on my mind. I'm doing a lot more research on Nas. I like Nas. He's a great lyricist. He knows exactly what he's doing with his language. He belongs in the club, but he's very humble. So a lot of people don't consider him a legend, but the more you look into him, the more you understand where he's coming from, the more you start to realize he is one. So I think he deserves to be in this collection.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one last question for you. I know that you're into the street art, and you've only had really one run-in with the cops. Tell us about that, because this is a great story.
So I went out one night with my best friend, and we went out and we put up a bunch of posters, hundreds. And we got back in the car after that, and we still had like 50, 60 of them in the car, and we're pulling out of like the area we just hit, and a cop pulls us over. Straight up, like, do you have a gun on you? Like, crazy stuff. Pulls me out of the car, pulls my friend out of the car, handcuffs us, throws us on the floor. A bunch of squad cars pull up. Like, we have they block off the whole street for us. And they start sifting through my car, and they put all my posters out on the floor. And they didn't know what to do with us. And then one cop looked at one of the artworks, is like, this really got to me. Like, it really touched him. He's like, can I have it? I was like, yeah, take it. You know what? He rolled it up, put it in his cop car, and was like, go, run. Like, pretend like this never happened.
Man, that's powerful stuff. Well, everyone appreciates what you're doing. This exhibit opens September 28th, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right, guys, you got to come out, check it out. Jackie, I know you're going to come check it out. I'm going to toss it back to you. Me and Kai, we're going to continue checking out all of his sick artwork. You ready? Let's roll.